Right, we're with Wellington manager Kevin Oakes after a good point away at Crowborough. Kev, I thought we were better second half than first. What did you say at half-time going in 1-0 down?
Rightly or wrongly, I think the lads were disappointed at half-time with their performance. I think they were disappointed with a few of the decisions that had been given against them. But Crowborough were the better side in the first half, frankly. I think we allowed them to be the better side. And I'm not going to allow a culture of excuses and things like that creep into our season, you know, from the start. Well, I've made that very clear at pre-season. People need to take responsibility. They need to be positive. They need to be on the front foot. And you are going to face some difficult challenges during the course of a long season, and things aren't always going to go your way. And when they don't, you can sulk and moan about it and feel sorry for yourself, or you can step up to the plate. And I think we saw a reaction. We thought about making subs at half-time, and we decided, no, that's probably not the right thing to do. We should probably give the players that started the game the opportunity to try and turn things around. And we did see a reaction, and I think we were better for 15 or 20 minutes at the start of the second half. And then you've got that difficult decision of, you know, we've got 5 very good substitutes and we want to change things. And we're sitting there, the three of us, you know, trying to make a decision saying, right, well, whereas it would have been very easy to make subs at half-time and you know, react a little bit too impulsively, we then got that difficult decision again where we've got a really deep squad and we've got a lot of talent that's not even here today, and a lot of talent on the bench. They're challenges that the management are going to have to face to put aside and the squad out. And we are going to expect players to react when things aren't going their way. We're going to expect that positive reaction, because if not, there's going to be someone else that will come in and do a job.
Second half, for about 15 minutes before you made the subs, thought we were dominating them, and they were clearly a bit worried the fact that it was all well in town. And then 2 of the players that were playing really well and really part of that putting pressure on them, you took them off and replaced them with 2 players that come on and score. Yeah,
I mean, as I just said, you know, you look at half-time and you think, well, we could have made 7 or 8 substitutions, really, without being disrespectful. I don't think there were many people that were winning their individual battles. But we did see that reaction. That was really, really pleasing. And the first 15 minutes of that second half, they hit us on the break a couple of times, and I was disappointed with that, because we've said again during pre-season, I think we are going to be a very good counter-attacking side with the pace and athleticism that we've got. So for somebody to do that to us was disappointing. But at the same time, pleasing that they can only counter-attack us because we were dominating that phase of the game. But we felt fresh legs were needed, give Crowborough something different to think about. And when you've got the quality on the bench of, you know, people like Golding and Jimoh and Glover that came on, to not utilise those players, irrespective of, you know, what the game situation might be, would be foolish, really.
That pressure told, because they cracked through Jimoh's goal. May have got a bit of a deflection there, but it was his goal, and then Golding. So you score going into injury time, job done, great. And what are your feelings? What are you trying to get onto the pitch?
Well, I think that the first goal is one of few occasions in the game where we put the ball into dangerous areas, and I think if you put ball in places like that in the penalty area, something's going to happen. You know, you're going to score a goal, you're going to get a deflection, you make your own luck, really. So yeah, just pleasing to try and keep it nice and simple, beat a man, put it into a difficult area, and yeah, whether it's Jimoh's goal, we'll give him the credit. Whether it's Jimoh's goal or an own goal, it doesn't really matter. The ball's in the net, because we've tried to be positive and do the right thing. Second goal, Taylor's absolutely run his nuts off. We know that he brings that to the table. He's had the discipline and the commitment to work hard to get back into the game.
And the first half, he was in on goal when the referee decided to blow for half-time. You know, we were in on goal. Were you a bit, going back there, were you a bit sort of thinking what's happened there when the team looked like they're going to break through on goal and the referee blows for half-time?
Yeah, I mean, there was an incident maybe a minute, 90 seconds before half-time. You could feel the tension and the frustration rising a little bit from both sides.
They did well to keep their cool.
Yeah, and I mentioned it to Sean, and I mentioned it to Sean, their manager, as well, and I think it was just a case of let's just get in at half-time without anything else that gives the referee a decision to make, because at that point I don't think that I was confident.
I think they should, you know, Zoom should sponsor the ref, because he was having so many conferences all around the pitch. It was. What did you think? Did it break the play up in the first half, the way he kept wanting to talk to players?
I've just said to the referee as he's leaving, you know, with respect, I don't think it was his greatest game, but I'm not going to allow an excuse culture that it's very easy to point a finger at the referee, it's very easy to point a finger at somebody else. I expect players to look within inside themselves and. Irrespective of what the referee may or may not have done in that first half, Crowborough are the better side, and that's not because of the referee. And you then use that sense of injustice, whether it's right or wrong, as a motivation to go out there and put it right, and they did. They did, you know. And sometimes you're going to face that challenge, but they came out in the second half. They did what was expected of them. I want to compliment as well the two boys that were on the bench today. They're both good players, and they're going to have a lot of football at Wellington this season if they want it. You know, it's one of them things. I really want it to be a good, strong squad. I've made comments in the last few weeks that last year we got caught out because there was not enough depth. We've deliberately got a bigger squad this time around. That does mean that certain individuals are going to have to make sacrifices at times. But if you want to be part of a successful team, rather than just play for yourself, you're not always going to get what you want. But today the team got what they needed from the game, and that's more important than any individual. So, yeah, pleased with the point.
And obviously, mugged at the end there with giving away a free kick.
Yeah.
Under the cost a little bit and a great strike. Anything we could have done differently from the free kick, older strike?
Well, we'll look at your excellent video, Tom, obviously. I've already heard a few comments, but, you know, it's one of them things. If it had been at the other end, you'd be pleased. I think deep down, you know, you're disappointed that you don't win the game because you fought so hard to get back and to get in front. And maybe the game management could be a little bit better. But that said, at half-time, we'd have bitten your hand off to get a point. So, you know, let's take the positives out of it. Let's look at the good side of things and be pleased that we've started the league season with a point on the board.
Got a few players coming back to fitness. How is that looking? Is it just like more minutes kicked off in the bank?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, there's 5 or 6 of them that are physically 100% fit, no niggles, and they've done all the hard pre-season. There are a few older ones, and there's a few that have arrived fairly late to the party that maybe they tell you that they're fit because they want to play, but, you know, if you're honest with them, and I'm honest with myself, that they're probably not quite as fit as they could be. But it's going to happen. You know, some of these boys have played 6 games of football in the last 12 months. You know, they're not just going to turn up and it's going to click immediately. Having a big squad does mean that we can rotate, does mean that people need to build relationships a little better. But yeah, we're only going to get more organised, we're only going to get fitter, we're only going to get better.
Any of them got a little bit more fitter to be in contention on Tuesday, or do you see it pretty much the same kind of squad as today?
I don't see drastic changes, if I'm honest with you, but there are plenty of people that were disappointed today. You know, I'll watch the game back and make some decisions tomorrow.
Tuesday, another game.
Yeah,
what are you looking for?
Fisher away. I want to see the performance in the second half and that attitude in the second half for the whole 90 minutes, not just 45. And if we do that, we'll get something out of that game as well.
Good point today, Kev. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks.